Hey guys, it's me Christian here with Board and Base, coming with the perfect blend of tabletop game and video game, or actually one of the best ones I've experienced in the last few years. This is Magic: The Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014, and I figured it'd be a good time to do it as any, with the 2014 set actually being fully released this weekend. This, for the last few years, I think the first year was 2014. This is a game that has, since the initial one, they're all $10, and it's just sort of always caught my attention. I thought it's a really good digital translation of Magic, and also the fact that it's $10 and gives you like a way to experience all the new cards from each year's core set. I think is really cool. So let's get into it and look at it. I've already ran through the whole campaign, but figured we can at least play one. Came in actually as a story this time around, where you are sort of an unpictured planeswalker, accompanying Chandra to sort of find this hidden artifact. It's very just like a few little cutscenes here or there and some little dialogue. But as you go through the campaign, you go to a number of the different planes out there. But we'll just we'll go to, I don't know. Go to Chandalar. Chandalar is one I don't really know a lot about.
A strange race on the plane of Chandalar. He studied their hive-like habitat and said they had only recently.
Oh, this is the slivers, which they brought back for 2014, the 2014 core set, I guess.
See what you can dig up.
They've redesigned them, and they're like humanoid now. They used to be kind of similar in design to the. Here, we'll actually play the sliver hive. They used to actually be in design, similar in design to. Kind of xenomorphs from Aliens, I guess, but now you can see they're kind of, one part Tyranid for Warhammer players out there, one part Zerg, and then like Predator. So like the other games, which if you played them, as you play through and beat certain opponents, you play through the campaigns, and the Revenge campaign, which is the second one that beats after you finish the main. You unlock different decks, and then from the base deck, you can unlock an additional 30 cards. So I've kind of been maining one deck since I sort of, settled into it in the campaign, and I'm almost at the point of unlocking all of them. And it's Avacyn's Glory, which is a white human-focused deck, humans on the low end, and then a few angels on the high end. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with that for right now. But as you can see, you get into complicated dual-color and tri-color decks, or more complicated as it goes along. But a lot of the decks you unlock are very synergistic, is the way the game would describe them. They're very high card synergy. They're all kind of built around one gimmick, which isn't a bad thing. I think a lot of good decks are like that. Also, for anyone watching, keep in mind that I've played Magic since middle school. I mean, I've played Magic for, probably nearly 15 years, and I'm only 25, so I've been playing Magic for a long time, but it's always been on a casual level with friends. So if I say anything that sounds crazy, keep in mind, I don't really keep up with the competitive scene, that aspect. I just like when new sets come out, and I just like to play. I find myself diving in every few months. So, got our starting hand. So let's see. 3 planes, which is good. I have something to drop on the first turn, something to drop on the second turn. It's a rare. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or active abilities, or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. That's good. Especially if you're playing like a counter or an interrupt deck. White creatures get +1/+1. This is a really good enchantment, I think, to draw at the beginning of the game. And then sort of for, by turn 5, if I had a land every time, we could put 5 1/1 white human creature tokens onto the battlefield, and then we can cast it from the graveyard. So a lot of this is built around putting out as many humans as possible. So this is a card that's good for me to have, and these are both humans, so I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep my hand. So visually, and kind of the rough setup is very similar to all of the other Duels of the Planeswalker games. I set my little profile picture down here. I have my title, Master of the Planes, because I finished the main campaign. I think I unlocked that then. And yeah, it kind of does like this easy mode solitaire thing, which I like. You can turn this off, but it tells you, hey, this is the only card you can play right now. So put out a planes. I've got my Doom Traveler here. When he dies, I put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into the battlefield, so I'm going to get him out there first turn. It's always good to chip away right at the beginning. White is probably my favorite of the color types in Magic. I've always found myself attracted to the different creatures they have. I remember having an all angels deck, and I remember having an all griffins deck, and combining those two. And I really think the human approach is interesting in this, where you kind of go for mass humans. Okay, so this is kind of awesome. Double Honor the Pure could be pretty awesome soon. So I'm going to drop my... Actually, since I can attack this turn... No, I'm going to drop my Grand Abolisher now. I can't remember a lot of the mechanics of the Sliver deck. I think I beat this... this is kind of the boss of this plane. And I think I beat Esnilek here on his first go. So, which this is kind of interesting. This game doesn't have... despite being Duels of the Planeswalkers, and despite it being several years since they've added the Planeswalker cards to the game, to the tabletop game, which always seemed like a fundamental, like a massive change to me. Like, those cards are very valuable, very important. It's always kind of a big moment in a match when someone drops one of those Planeswalkers. It's very weird that they're not included even still. At least through the main campaign that I've found, that Planeswalker cards are still not included in here. But I wonder if Esnilek is a Sliver Planeswalker, because that could be awesome. Alright, so I'm going to drop my first Honor the Pure here and give my guys +1/+1, which is going to be awesome, because my enemy has no one out, so I can go ahead and do 5 damage here. Next turn I'll be able to get another +1/+1 on them. I'm playing on Archmage difficulty, which is the second difficulty. When you start the game, it asks you, have you played some Magic, or have you played no Magic, some Magic, or a lot of Magic? I said a lot of Magic, and that put me on Planeswalker difficulty. Planeswalker difficulty was fun for the first few matches of the campaign, but eventually it became less about real challenge. I didn't feel like I had to figure out the correct way to use the cards, to use like the deck. It was kind of just, I found myself restarting enough until I kind of got that certain perfect hand. It seemed like it relied a lot more on, you know, that good starting draw than it did in really outsmarting the opponent, or outsmarting the sort of opponents along the way, because while these boss encounters are different, in the way that they're different every time, you're playing as an AI, the typical encounters in the campaign actually play the same cards in the same order every time, which allows you to sort of beat them, but you really only beat them through repetition. Because, okay, I need to play till 15 turns in to see all the cards he puts out, and then I can think of how to address my strategy. And that kind of got a little boring for me. It's not really necessarily why I play this game. So I knocked it down to Archmage, which the problem with that is now it's pretty easy, I've found. So I can't even imagine what the lowest setting is like. Alright, so enemy here put a Thorncaster Sliver. I didn't see this last time I played him. So it's a rare. Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Okay, that's awesome. As you can see, here's some of the new Sliver design. Also, this is a foil card, so you got all your shiny foils. Just because it's digital doesn't mean that they're not going to put a foil in. So that card's really good. So hopefully I can kill that card somehow. And I think, actually, I just drew the perfect thing. When Fiend Hunter enters the battlefield, you may exile another target creature. When he leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's control. So I can exile this guy, so that's what I'm going to do. This deck, as I mentioned, the human focus, but it definitely has a number of exiles of sort of get rid of the big cards on the other side, because all my guys are little squishy humans, and I want them to, you know, be able to attack with all their might. So almost got him down. Oh wait, that's it. Well, exciting match. That's kind of what I'm talking about here, with Archmage being fairly simple. I kind of wish that there were more than just those tiers. You see, since I completed a match, I unlocked a card, so I had 3 more cards to unlock, so I have 2 more after this. And here we can go to the deck manager. So with these pre-constructed decks like this, you know, you get the starter 60, and then I've unlocked 28 more. So deck manager is actually pretty good. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's you know, you pick the number of lands you want. I'm rocking 25. I could rock 24. I don't really know I had 25 there. You know, it gives you little guidelines. If you're not someone who plays a lot of Magic, this is going to be good. You can even do auto-adjust land. You can even do auto-construct deck if you want. They have little, you know, microtransactions in here, but they're really not necessary. You could buy all foils for the deck, which Y. I guess if you play online, it's like a status symbol. You spent money. Unlock the full deck is, just typical kind of microtransaction stuff. Hey, you want to put in less time? Here you go. So you can also look at the ones you have locked. So these are the 2 cards I still have locked out, but we've got all those cards. New cards automatically go into your deck, which I don't necessarily like. I kind of wish that afterwards it would push you into the deck builder, especially for those more casual players, because if you unlock 30 cards and you never came in the deck builder, by the end, if you don't know better, your deck would be 90 cards, which means you're not drawing what you should be. Cost 2, 2/1 first strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. I think I already have one of these ladies, and I don't really dig that. Maybe I should, but when I'm trying to keep my deck at 60, I'd kind of rather maybe put another one of these exile guys in here that I have pulled out earlier. And then save changes, and we go back out here, and it puts us back here. We can just jump right back into the campaign if we want. It's a little weird that's not streamlined more, but there you have it. So yeah, we've got a number of decks. I still have some locked, even though I've completed the campaign. It looks like you unlock about half of them in the normal campaign. I imagine the other half in the revenge campaign. Player status is kind of the same thing. You set your profile image, your persona. There's a bunch of different ones. They're all weird magic stuff. Like, oh, look at this dude and the fish man. So you just kind of pick one that you like. Titles unlock as you go along, and that was what displays over my name, and that just carries over if you play online as well. And then your mana color is just based on what you've played most, so you don't select it. It's just I played the first half of the campaign with the green deck, and I've played since with the white deck, so white is now my color. So let's look here real quick. One of the things that I think is really actually cool about this game, so I beat the main campaign, unlocked the revenge campaign, which I haven't actually gotten into, but it's it's kind of let me see. Start with, who do I have unlocked? So I have Sigismund, Innistrad Planeswalker here, I believe, and then you kind of just play through, and it's just these big Planeswalker battles. So actually, let's do the first one here. While we got the time, or while we got the got it up, let's see if maybe these incorporate the Planeswalker cards. I don't believe they do though. Oh wait. Okay, good. I was like, it's gonna be lame if I can't play Avacyn's Glory, my main deck, against him. It's gonna be a little weird though, because we might be playing. I don't know how different the decks are gonna be at this point, because I have almost all the cards unlocked. So maybe he's just running his stock that I played against him in the campaign. 2 land, that's all right. Everything's gonna require more, but I can get a person out first turn. I'm gonna chance it for the sake of the video. I really like a lot of the stuff. There seems to be a lot of stuff in 2014 that I don't remember being in the other core sets. Last core set I was really followed was 12. Okay, good, I drew another land. But it's cool to... There's things like the Eldrazi, which is kind of like their Cthulhu-inspired, like massive scale monsters. And there's a deck in this that's designed to, get you as much land as quickly as possible, so you can drop these like, things that cost 8 colorless or 14 colorless mana. But I think that those kind of things are interesting. Those are the kind of creatures that I don't remember being in former core sets. It tended to be like here's the cards you all know if you've played for a long time. They're all here with a few new exceptions. So let's see how hard this guy is. Like I said, this is the first match of the second campaign. Rocket Archmage. Keep drawing land, which is good. So I could put in Oblivion Ring, and I could exile his dude here. Or I could put in Mentor of the Meek, which basically allows me to draw cards every time I play a weak human, which is most of my humans. Got Vigilance, so I can't really attack. The good thing is if this guy dies, he actually becomes a 1/1 white spirit creature token, which I like. So I think for now I'm going to go this. I don't know if I want to waste my Oblivion Ring on the Thraben Vigilant here. Is that what it was? Thraben Valiant, sorry. Yeah, so I'm just going to skip on the attack here, and if she decides to move forward, I'll probably be blocked there just so I can get a flying creature, because this deck has very few flying until you get later into Angel. Oh, great. So there goes my Mentor. which he's now going to exile. Okay. I don't know why you do that. I don't know why you do that, Sigismund. I'm just going to take the damage. This guy's worth more to me alive. Land everywhere. So the thing is, now I could exile this guy, and him being exiled, because he'll leave the battlefield, should give me my guy back. But I don't know if I want him for that. Restoration Angel, flash flying. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So that basically lets you pull off negative enchantments and damage and stuff to someone. It's a 3/4 angel, though. I need the flying. I'm going to go that way with it and see how this works out for me. Okay, I guess I have to choose someone to exile and return. It doesn't really make a difference to me. He just comes in with Summoning Sickness, which doesn't affect defense. I think I can avoid that as long as it says may. Yeah, you may, so I could just hit OK. This guy pays off a lot if I have the right cards, but I don't necessarily have those cards in my hand right now, so I might just want to block the damage and get one of these Valiants dead. Or Valiants. Gather the Townsfolk, puts 2 1/1 white creature tokens. See, he's getting the cards that I'd like to be getting, but I've got this flying guy, which is nice. Alright, put that out. Unruly Mob is good. Angelic Overseer is very good. This is a cool thing they've added this year, is when you zoom in on these sort of legendary cards, certain ones you get these like cool animations, which I really like. Poop. I'm gonna go for the flying, you know, unblockable damage approach. And it's gonna be more. I've got 8 damage between there, which is more than he can spit out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, I guess. I guess I'm going the high-end angel route instead of the human route with this deck this time around. Let's see if it works out for me. Yeah, the reason that I mentioned earlier, though, about the Planeswalker being kind of interesting, it's not that cards actually aren't incorporated in. I understand within the context of the story, it's supposed to be we are the Planeswalkers fighting, so we wouldn't summon a Planeswalker to join us, but it's kind of weird. Here, let me look at this real quick. Baneslayer Angel, flying first strike lifelink, protection from demons and dragons. Well, I don't have demons and dragons, but flying first strike lifelink sucks. And the fact that I was trying to go flying sucks. Anyway, what I was saying about the Planeswalkers, though, is I feel like that was kind of a fundamental change to the structure of Magic. Like, those seem like a big deal. Like I said, I'm not into the competitive side of it, so maybe they aren't a big deal. Maybe they aren't used often, but it seems like from some of my few like limited, you know, little tournament experience kind of things that they would be. Oh, my saving grace. Yes, let's do it. Oh, yes, that card's awesome. Alright, so if this lady wants her guy to die, this lady has Indestructible, so that's sweet. First strike, which won't matter because I'm indestructible. At least that's my understanding of indestructible. Let's just go for it and see how it works. This lady's got lifelink though, that sucks. Oh, I can Oblivion Ring her. I should have done that. I'll Oblivion Ring her next time. I'm sure people at home are screaming at how foolish I was. I was so excited though. Look at my little humans. They're out. Oh god. Ew boy. Alright, block. What's the block here? These guys are 2/1. They're vigilant, but they're not first strike. So, die. Let's go here and go die so I can get my guy back. And so the only one getting through here is the flyer. So I don't even know how to block, so I'm just going to let him take the 5 life. I'll take the 5 damage. Kind of sucks, but I think this is actually going to purge a lot of the guys off the table. I think this game is a good introduction for people who've never played Magic before. Like, if someone's thinking about getting into Magic, I would say spend the $10, you know, play Magic 2014, the game. It'll give you a good, it has a really good tutorial. It'll get you into the basics of the game. And then if you find that being enjoyable, then I'd be like, then go out and buy like a fat pack or a deck constructor's deck or something, or a toolkit. Alright, so now we can Oblivion Ring this fool. Get out. Although I should have actually probably Fiend Hunter, but whatever. Anytime I think I can do the right thing, I do the wrong thing, as it turns out. So you know what? I think that my Gambit here might have paid off. Because that whole transaction worked out really well. I'm not necessarily sure why the computer took that approach. Oh, so close. One more turn. But you know, like the reason I like this game is because every year it comes out and it kind of, for just $10, it kind of gives me this. It gives me a lot of the fun. It's obviously not the same experience as playing around a table with your friends. I mean, that's, you know, what game is. Like, what digital version of a tabletop game is. That's why I play tabletop games, is to spend time with friends and hang out with friends. So it obviously doesn't give you that, but it gives you that fun feeling of, you know, laying out the perfect series of cards and getting the perfect hand and a lot of those things. And it does have online multiplayer, which I'm probably going to do real quick after this, which is good, and has even, I think, voice chat and stuff. So if you want to go that route with it, you can. Well, I pretty much smoked that guy. So what can I say? Let's see if I unlock another card. Okay, so you seem to unlock a card, basically one for each win. It can be a win that you've already, it can be someone you've already beat before, I believe. So basically 30 wins with the deck, you get all the cards. Alright, so let's see here. So I've beat Sigismund, and now Girundar opens. And this is the, I believe, the deck that has the Eldrazi in it, as I was mentioning before. A big thing a lot of people won't like this challenge mode, which is kind of similar to puzzles. There's sealed play, which is actually you build a sealed deck. You know, you start with 7 boosters. You build a deck. You play computer players that are just going from a similar booster pool, and then you unlock more boosters. Which this is really cool. I haven't gotten into it yet though, because I wanted to finish the campaign. Let's see though. I actually haven't. Let me check my settings real quick. I just don't really want to have voice chat going while I'm doing this. I thought there was something with voice. Okay, voice communications are off. It's cool though that they have voice in there, because I do think, you know, a lot of parts of playing this game is about talking to people, meeting people, you know, especially if you like to go to Friday Night Magic, that kind of thing. So you can also do sealed play online, which a lot of people like. I don't necessarily know how it works yet, but I think it's probably a similar concept. It's here 7 boosters for each person. Make a deck, go for it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and do free for all. I'm not sure if you build the deck each sealed play game, where it's like best of 3 out of 5, or if you have a sealed deck just for multiplayer that you add to. If you add to it, it seems kind of weird, because that would really favor people who play a lot more. It'd really put them at a distinct advantage. So I would hope almost that it's like each team has 5 minutes to build a deck out of their 7 booster, 40 card deck, you know, out of their 7 boosters they get, which would be cool. So this is gonna be my first foray online, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully the guy doesn't take too long, but this is probably gonna be the last thing I do to show this. But similar to former years though, I mean, I totally think it's worth the money. It's worth the $10, especially if you want to get a preview of a lot of the 2014 core set cards. You kind of want to have a way to be like, I just want to sit on the couch and chill. I've got my laptop here, or you're on your gaming PC, and just be like, I just kind of want to zone out and play some Magic. And you know, you don't have to have the friends, you don't have to have the cards and stuff, which is nice. Alright, so we have our selection here from the game. So I'm going to go Avacyn's Glory, and I'm going to ready up. Touched by an uncle. Classic player. Alright, so it looks like he readied as well. Alright, it's my turn. I've got 3 planes, I've got a lot of cheap dudes. Let's do it. And this Champion of the Parish is a great thing to drop at the beginning of the game, because he gets +1/+1 for each other human you play while he's out, so that's awesome. So having him at the beginning basically makes him stronger and stronger. Oh, geez, what's this? Can't block. You may cast him from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. Oh, okay. I was expecting. I was like, oh, that's scarier because it's like a rare, but. So I'm gonna put Unruly Mob out. He gets +1/+1 every time another human end play dies, but it's gonna give my champion the Parish 2/2, which is sweet. But I'm not gonna attack because he's got a 2/1. Looks like we've got a little chat option. I don't really know how that works. Oh, jeez. Is this guy's deck? Is this his thing? Is it he'll like always have these dudes out? So I could kill him with this, but it's a zombie. That's zombies. I'm just gonna skip. I don't want to lose any of my guys just yet. If I can build this guy up, it'll help. I feel like this is gonna be this guy's thing. I guess you can only have 4 of those, but still, if you can have 4 and constantly keep them out, it's a little bit of a cheese deck, but we'll see how it goes. They're only 2s, so they won't be able to eat me down, you know, work me down too quickly. Alright, so let's see what happens here. So if I go ahead and attack with him, he'll be able to block, and this guy will die, but on his turn, he'll be able to bring him back. So I'm going to skip, I think, and instead go for him bringing a guy, him attacking with a guy and me blocking. Looks like we've got a timer here, but every time I've played in previous years' versions, it's been really streamlined. +1/+1 have Death Touch? God. This guy either got a good draw, or he's just got a crazy stack. I don't know. Okay, well, let's just do this. This is not good, though. I don't know what my other options, though. He's going to take me down to 6, so I'll be able to kill one of them, but I'll just be able to bring it back. Well, this guy's got a nice little trick up his sleeve. I don't know if there's an all-custom deck or one of the decks I just haven't unlocked yet. Lifelink. Okay, so I can Oblivion Ring this guy, which I feel like I should do. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Death Baron, screw off. So I'm going to do 3 damage to him while I can. Oop, 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 oop. What's going on here? So, yep, there's a chat. That's a thing that exists in this game. I like that it's not automatically up though, so if you don't want to have to look at, you know, if you don't have to deal with an obnoxious opponent, then you don't have to. Each player sacrifices a creature. Well, great, you know. My life's just grand now. This is the problem with playing a lot of these things. This is my problem when, you know, I go to, like, tournaments at a local card shop. Is there's always going to be Magic players that play more than you. And this guy looks like this guy's deck is pretty set. Hey, at least I got my attack in with Champion of the Parish before he bit the big one. At least I did something. I'm just down 1 life. Got another Champion of the Parish. Got a guy with lifelink. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Which will get Champion out. I'm gonna do this, which will give him +1/+1. I don't know though. This guy's deck seems nice. Everything he's drew has been really advantageous for him. Come on. What is it? Whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Good lord, why, God? Why? I'm just gonna take the 5. This guy's laughing because I'm not attacking. Well, I play conservatively, bub. It's not really going to matter, though, it seems. Against this dude. Maybe that's not the right way to play, but I tend to always be on the... I want to have as many blocks set up as I can. Alright, so I've got a 3/3 and I've got a 2/2. So I don't want his guy. If I let him block and he kills him, I'm gonna have to sacrifice somebody. What the heck? I don't know what the right thing to do is here. I don't want to attack with my champion. I guess I'm gonna just skip. I'm probably gonna lose this one, you guys. This is my finest hour. This Grave Pack thing is throwing me for a loop, though, because it's in his best favor to just block with these guys. I just wish I had some flying. That's really what I need. Jeez. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna block with the lifelink guy. Go here. You can't respawn this dude. He'll do lifelink, he'll die, then I'll have to sacrifice this guy. That's my plan. I don't want Champion of the Parish to die. Okay, so I gain some life back from him. He brings another spirit out, actually. Should I let the spirit die? I'm gonna let the spirit bite it, even though the flying would help, but it's just one. And I think my days are a little bit more numbered than that at this point. So this should help Champion get up. He's not gonna be good enough though. Alright, so pay 1 because I've got ample, stuff left. That is probably good for me, so I'll do that. Then I'm not gonna pay the card. I'm not gonna pay to draw the card because I'm gonna put out Selfless. No. Go ahead and do this. Get him beefed up more. I have now some people I can work my little sacrifice on if I need to. So 6/6. See, it would be in his favor to not block though at this point. I'm just going for it. Okay. I would think he would want to get more zombies out on the board. Wait. Death Touch! You guys. Whenever I'm recording one of these videos, I feel like an idiot, because it's like, for some reason, you're thinking more like, oh, what am I going to say? What am I talking about? You think way less about the game. Balls. I'm such an idiot. Oh, touched by an uncle. Okay, so, yeah. Now he's gaining 1 life every time he casts a black spell, which he's an all-black deck, so... Yep. Life's pretty much the worst. I'm just gonna skip, so I can attack. So I don't have guys dead and have to kill more guys. It's just gonna do 4 to me. It's probably gonna be over here pretty soon, though. Undying. I don't know what Undying is. Maybe I should. Real nice to get this person out. Touched by an uncle knows my pain. Let's do it. It's not gonna matter. Don't have enough time. So I have to sacrifice someone. Ooh, what is that? Oh, so what? When he comes back, he's got more life? Okay, that must be what Undying is. Well, there you go. Yeah, this is a good deck. I don't know if this is the deck you unlock later in the game or what. I don't know if you can just use totally custom decks or, how that works. Yep, you guys, this is my final hours here. I think it's really cool they put sealed play in the game, just from a standpoint of, kind of trying to capture more of that, yep, there comes that guy again. Capture more of the tabletop experience and kind of that, like something that's normally seen in the competitive edge. I think it's cool. I think it's definitely cool to have that online. Exile target creature. Sure, let's do it. I actually should have exiled one of those other guys, but whatever. This is it, folks. I'm dead. I'm dead. But Magic 2014 is pretty awesome. I'm really excited about the set. We're going to be doing board and base. We're going to be doing some videos soon. You know, we have a few different ideas. We're doing some kind of like in-house tournaments. We might buy a booster box and split it and kind of, you know, do some videos of us opening those, looking at the cards, building decks. So this is kind of just a little teaser for that one because I was just here alone myself tonight. Don't have the other guys with me, so we couldn't really put together a video. Well touched by an uncle. It was great, but I don't ever want to play you again. Alright, well, you know what? That's it. That's Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. Weird that the Planeswalkers cards still aren't in it. I feel like they're kind of a big change to the game. Not necessarily one that I always like that much in the tabletop. I feel like they're kind of shift things in a weird way. I'd almost rather they were just legendary creatures with some of their abilities tweaked, rather than the whole weird Planeswalker thing. Especially if you're someone who plays with older cards. Because older cards don't say player or Planeswalker, they just say player or creature, and Planeswalkers aren't players or creatures. Which can be a little finicky. So it's weird. No Planeswalkers is weird, especially because it's in the name. Sealed play is cool that it's here. It's very cool that it's in multiplayer. It's also cool that there's a campaign for it, because I tend to like to play this game single player. I like to, you know, work on my knowledge of Magic and my kind of just general strategy with this game, so I like to play online. Deck building is still cool. The weird microtransactions are still here, but they are nothing, you know, crappy. They're nothing that's it really gets in the way. Yeah, there are some promotions. Oh, look, hey, there's my code. I guess someone could take that if they want. I probably won't actually get it. When you buy the game, though, you can actually, basically, you put this code in, go to this website. It gives you your little, basically a coupon you print off, and you take it to your local store. You can get this sort of foil alternate print of a card, which is cool for $10. You know, it's a nice little way to get people into game stores. So I think this is cool. Stay tuned for more on board and a base from us with Magic coming up. I think we're all kind of getting back into that, and just generally more tabletop stuff. We know that's why a lot of you guys subscribed. That's why a lot of you guys like the videos or have commented on the videos. And trust me, we understand that we're not the best people at games. And, you know, we're going to go do our best on those games we do return back to really, you know, batten down the hatches a little bit more on the rules side, because it can be kind of infuriating, obviously, to watch. But Twitter, at Board and Base on Twitter, boardandbase.com. You know, we're on iTunes. We're going to be recording our podcast this weekend, I believe. We've been a little infrequent on those. Things have all been crazy. Zach's having a baby. I got a new job, which is awesome because being employed is nice. And you know what Evan's been doing? I don't know. He was doing his military thing for a little while, and he's back now. So we're going to be getting together a lot more, playing more, putting up more videos. So I hope you guys like this video of Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers, and tune in next time when hopefully we can do some tabletop stuff, because that's really our forte, or the most fun stuff to do. So alright, thanks guys, I'm out of here. See you next time.